Positivity sunny night, gray. Just know here comes Marc Clarke to brighten your day. A great to start. And good news is coming. Good news is on the way. Good news is right around the corner. So be happy all the way. Keep on hustling.
Y'all enjoying this romance feeling? I wanna hear you say, we can make love. Yeah, yeah. We can make love all night long. We can do it anywhere. I just love you when you love. Yeah, yeah. We can make this thing all shit.
Hello, I'm Franklin Baker, President and CEO of United Way of Central Maryland, and you're watching the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Keep tuning in.
At United Way, we help our neighbors not just get by, but get ahead. We support individuals and families, young and old, all who call the greater Baltimore area home. Our programs lead to big impact, from helping people keep a roof over their heads and food on the table, to supporting young people and entrepreneurs in building skills that can jumpstart their futures. We believe in the power and the promise of our neighbors and the neighborhoods they call home. All of our work starts with listening. We know that when people have a say in their futures, they're more invested in positive change.
Sé que cuando lo necesite, United Way me guarda la espalda.
I know for a fact, United Way, they'll make sure something can be done.
I'm putting in the work for my community, my future, and my neighbors.
These are our neighbors, and this is where we call home. We've spent the last 100 years working with communities across greater Baltimore, and we can't wait to see what the next 100 years looks like for all of us. Together, we are united for our futures.
Hi, my name is Jay Wendell Gordon, the Warrior Lawyer. I have an office downtown Baltimore City. I practice in the area of criminal defense, personal injury, civil rights, and medical malpractice. If you need a good attorney, get Gordon on the phone. Thank you.
We call this an all-around-the-town edition.
Hey, how you all doing? It's Marcus Johnson.
Tommy Davidson is in. I made it.
Good News Show with Marc Clarke. We are Keystone Korner, and we are backstage, and we are with the legendary Q Parker in the building. Q's fresh off the stage, warming up, getting ready to give the people everything you got, and it's an amazing show, brother. I was like, I called my wife, I was like, all right, we got to stay. I wasn't planning on staying. We got to stay.
Yes.
And so, again, this will air after your performance, Q,
Okay.
and I know it's going to be amazing. But the thing that caught my ear, actually, was number one, my eye first. Q Parker looks amazing, in fighting shape, ready to go.
Yes.
Let's go, ready to perform. On stage, I'm listening to Q, and I'm like, let me find out Q Parker is a baritone with range.
I'm kind of.
Or a tenor.
No, I'm a first tenor for sure.
Oh, you're a first tenor.
I'm a solid
You was
tenor.
strong in that little low register, though.
Yeah.
And you can go all the way to the top. I was like, man, maybe Q Parker needs to do the Teddy Pendergrass story.
Hey.
Maybe it needs to be Q Parker. I mean, he's been trained in acting.
I welcome that.
You know what I'm saying? And you could cover it.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, let's go back to the beginning. You know, 112, your classmates, you guys went high school together in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And you guys grew up together, and you no longer are with the group.
Yep.
And let's talk about that. I mean, you guys had mega hits. You toured together all this time. I think, to be honest, people are always probably pleasantly surprised at Q Parker because, you know, you were always with the group. So when by yourself, they go, man, Q Parker, he can sing all the parts.
Yeah.
He can do all this.
Yeah.
And so is it like breaking up with an old girlfriend? Is it hard to be, when you have like a legacy on one hand?
Yeah, it's definitely a transition. It's something that you have to get accustomed to because like everyone else that is trying to adjust to Q Parker, the solo artist, I had to do the same thing too. And so again,
I'm accustomed at that time to looking to my right and my left and seeing my brothers who I've been with since middle school. But I welcome the challenge. I know that I was born for this. One of the prerequisites for even being a member of 112 was that you had to be able to stand on your own. We wasn't going to have any placeholders or no one member carrying the lion's share of the load or the responsibilities. Everybody had to carry their weight. And I know that that was the best training and proving grounds for me. So the day that I did decide to go on a solo journey, all the years of 112, all the lessons of 112 had primed me and prepped me for when I made that decision to be a solo artist.
I love it, Q. And so here in Baltimore, the Big Fat Morning Show, Marc Clarke and the Big Fat Morning Show, we were a fixture here. And I think about my brother Troy Johnson, who I knew as the leader of the show. I knew that Troy was a secret weapon.
Yeah.
He was funny, he was smart, he was everything. And so now that the Big Fat Morning Show is over, Troy is a all-star news anchor in Mississippi.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And so that transition to go from who knew, here's a brother who did radio, now you're a news anchor, a television news anchor, and he's won News Anchor of the Year 3 times in a row in Mississippi, right?
Nice.
But again, that's kind of what happens a lot of times when you're part of a group. Sometimes people may or may not know all the talents that you offer.
Yeah.
And as I said, I met you when I worked at Fox 45 Television. You were in town doing a play. And so now Q Parker is more than just the guy who was in 112.
Yes, sir.
Like you say, people they're starting to know. So the people in the business already knew you for your vocals. A lot of times the people may not have known, or they may know on a favorite song, but you have amazing vocals. And it's like, the fact that you're out here by yourself, even here, a 112 maybe wouldn't have played a Keystone Korner, a historic jazz house that the greatest jazz, people have been here. Now here you are doing your thing. I'm listening to your show as you practice, and it's going to be awesome. And so, man, talk to us about the freedom of now being Q Parker and being able to understand in your own space.
Yeah, the freedom of being Q Parker, the independent artist, Q Parker, the romance dealer. It's still fun. It's still exciting. I still really love the intimate settings and the intimate rooms. I'm here promoting romance. I've coined myself the romance dealer, and there is no romance without intimacy.
Come on now.
If you have that intimacy, that means it'll translate well in intimate settings and intimate rooms. And so I love to be up close and personal. I like to be able to have people right here in my face, and so they get 100% authentic Q Parker, from what I'm wearing, from what I smell like, to what I'm sounding like, to where I'm making eye contact. All of those things happen when you're very intimate with one another. And I look at it like, yeah, you guys have grown up with me, but we're in a relationship. and tonight is date night. We're on a date night at Keystone Korner, so it's going to be super, super amazing.
And so also, I think what kind of happens in the group thing, there's good and bad. I think with 112 especially, I think my man Slim, when you guys first came out, his vocals were people compared it to Babyface.
Yes.
They'd be like, is that Babyface or is that him?
Yeah.
And I think, to be honest, that almost became something that almost covers you. It almost makes you almost invisible.
Yeah.
You didn't have to face that. Q was always Q.
Well, one of the things that made us so attractive to Puffy when he signed us, when we was trying to get him to sign us, was he knew that there were 4 lead singers in the group. And we used to do this medley that would give people something familiar to grab a hold to.
Yes.
And so the medley consisted of Slim singing a Babyface song, Mike singing a Donny Hathaway song, Duran doing a Stevie Wonder song, and I did a Brian McKnight song, just to allow people to understand what our instruments brought to the collective. But man, anytime I can pay tribute to those that paved the way, but then also standing solid as being Q Parker, representing Q Parker. Regardless of where I go, man, I'm going to always represent 112, no matter where I go. But I also just enjoy and love this independent journey of being just Q Parker and delivering this romance.
Hold on, Q. Coming up, we're going to talk about Diddy. We're going to talk about, I've been doing this a long time. I got a Q Parker 112 story that Q may or may not remember, but we're going to go back there. It's a Good News Show with Marc Clarke. We'll be right back.
We call this an all-around-the-town edition.
Hey, how you all doing? It's Marcus Johnson.
Tommy Davidson is in. Made it.
Hey, this is LaRon Finney. If you know what I know, you got to watch the Good News Show.
Bam!
Hello, I'm Franklin Baker, President and CEO of United Way of Central Maryland, and you're watching the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Keep tuning in.
July 19th. One night only. The living legend, Miss Lauryn Hill, live at Pier 6 Pavilion. Tickets on sale now at pier6baltimore.com. Powered by the Finn Group.
We call this an all around the town edition.
Hey, how you all doing? It's Marcus Johnson.
Tommy Davidson is in. I made it.
12-hour days, working like a slave. You've been putting in that overtime, doing it by yourself, never ask for help. It ain't no surprise that love ain't on your mind. I wanna change that, heal where the pain's at. Let me know if I can be of service to you. I know what to do when you say you're feeling stressed, tension in your neck, girl, that's light work. Feel it in your back, now you can't relax, yeah, that's light work. You're looking at your bills, when the last time somebody made you a meal? Bring it to me, let daddy take care of it. Baby, that's light work. Talk to me, let me know how you feel. I can do what you need, baby. Call on me, I'll be your man of steel. And I'll never make you save me, cause I know you got pride. I cheer you on cause I know how hard you try. But let me be the man in your life that's gonna provide the shit that you need, especially when you need a release, baby. Say you're feeling stressed, tension in your neck, girl, that's light work. Feel it in your back, now you can't relax, yeah, that's light work. You're looking at your bills, when the last time somebody made you a meal?
Good News Show with Marc Clarke. We are with the Q Parker. Q Parker is in the building for 112, and now Q is standing on his own. The group is still out there. Q, you still pay homage to the group.
Absolutely.
But they're, Q's doing his own thing. And I mentioned before, I had an old school story, Q, because I'm old. I'm an old man. I turned 60, Q. I got an old school story.
And you're looking good, Doc.
I got an old school story. So, Q, tell me if you remember this moment.
Okay.
I was working in St. Louis. When it happened.
Okay.
And 112 was there. You guys were performing for an event for the radio station, and we got the news that Biggie died.
Okay.
And you guys still did the song, and you're like, had us sing along in Biggie's part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that moment, or do you remember that around that time? You probably did that at every spot.
I remember that season of my teenage years and how
Isn't that crazy?
the
Teenage
passing
years.
of Biggie, how it just hit not only 112 but the entire label and the industry. And so I don't recall that particular event, but I'm sure during that season we wanted to do all that we could do to just keep his memory going and to just show the impacts of what he meant to our lives, what he meant to our careers. I don't think 112 would have even gone on to do the things that we did had he not been on that first single, which was like the perfect alley-oop, man. And so I know that we were super connected to paying tribute to him during our performances.
And it's crazy. Life is crazy because I always felt like St. Louis was very similar to Baltimore in size and the personality of the people. It's real. It's honest. They keep, but you guys also reminded me that you guys also were similar to a group like our own, Dru Hill, because I think you guys could have survived in the old days and the new days. And actually, I think you guys are at that last connection to the old school because y'all could really sing.
Yeah.
You could really sing just like Dru Hill. In fact, I remember when, so I was spoiled because Dru Hill was Dru Hill. And when the young group came out with oh man, what's the group?
Rough Ends?
Not Rough Ends. They're older
from
too.
Baltimore.
The ones that came out with Boog is in it, and the lead dancer.
B2K.
When B2K came out, I remember telling the record rep, they're not going to make it because they can't sing.
Wow.
And I was wrong. I was wrong. But the game changed, though, because that was the, right? You and Drew Hill, you guys were new, but you basically were old. You were singing. B2K was like, that's when dancing and everything else became more popular than the singing in some ways.
Well, I think because, we are influenced by the generation that's ahead of us.
Right.
And the generation ahead of us was Silk, Jodeci, Boyz II Men, where they solely relied on how well we could vocalize.
Right.
Well then, so 112 took that into our bag, but then we also were pioneers of hip hop and R&B.
That's true.
And so we started to do more of the dance and rhythmic songs, but just still keeping our soulful, gospel, angelic type of influence on the records. And so what B2K and that generation and Pretty Ricky had to look from 112, they may not have taken the soulfulness and all those things, but they did take the element and were influenced by the element of our hip hop component.
That's true.
And so they took that, made it into their own, and now they are iconic and legendary in their own right.
And so talk to us, man, about, I just gave you some love because I said, watching you practice and even looking at you. And like I said, I saw you when I was doing television, when you're doing a play.
Yeah.
And the reason I think, again, that Q Parker is going to stay alive is, number one, look at you. You look like $1 million, bro.
Man,
and so
that.
When was that decision? Was that just how you, even if you weren't a singer, do you think you just maintain yourself? Because look, a lot of singers don't really, you see it, like they don't understand that this is a part of the assignment. Yeah. If you're a sex symbol, if you want to keep being a sex symbol, sure, you don't have to be perfect, but it does help.
Nah, it truly does. I'm a former athlete in high school, and so I played 4 sports. I was 4-star letterman, basketball, football, track, and tennis. And so I knew early on that being in shape was going to enhance my performance. I didn't want to just solely rely on the fact that I was gifted athletically. There were things that I needed to do: practice, eat right, work out, exercise, and all those things. Well, I just applied that same mindset to the performance of me as my voice as being an instrument, but also understanding that the package that I present also supports the image that I'm trying to portray. If I'm going to be a heartthrob, sing about this romance and intimacy and sensuality and all those things, I need to present a product that supports the music that I'm singing. And I just believe as we're aging, the more we need to now focus on preservation, and now it's about maintenance. We all gonna get older, but the quality of life as you get older depends on the choices that you're making. A mentor of mine told me something that I never forgot. He said, you look like your parents when you're born, but you look like your choices when you die.
Come on now. Go ahead, Mike, drop the mic.
So I am, as I have approached 50 years old and celebrated 50 years old, I'm choosing the life that I want to live as I continue aging. I want to be mobile. I want to be able to move around. I have 3 grandchildren.
What?
So I want to be able to play with them jokers and throw them up in the air and do all of those things. And plus, I'm still an R&B artist, and I just believe the way that we were taught back in the day is it's all about the package, man. And so as an aging and a 50-year-old who still believe in romance, I still know the importance of looking the part what you're singing.
Now, wait a minute, Q Parker sounds like he a minister / motivational speaker. Q, were you raised in the church?
Most definitely.
If I said, okay, what would you hit off right now if I told you just hit us with something from the church real quick?
Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me. John P. Key fan all day.
Now. So you know that
and
church
Commission,
was lit. Commission, come on now.
Walker, the Winans, Take 6, all of them. Mighty Clouds of Joy, the Evereadys.
Wow.
Yeah,
come
man.
on, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I say hit off an R&B classic, where would you go? Where would you go?
Sunshine, you brighten my life.
Babyface.
Sunshine, you turn my darkness to light, and you brighten up the corners of my
Come on now. I love it, man. And so look, you actually, young people don't understand, and I try to explain to my kids, that Diddy, when you say Diddy party, the part that people miss is that Diddy legitimately was known to have the best parties in the industry. Yeah. I'm not talking about the freak parties. I'm talking about Diddy as a young black man in America. It was known worldwide that Diddy had the best parties, and that's why he had all the people, the movers and shakers, who are generations older than him at his parties, right? Yeah. And so that's the part people miss, right? It kind of got blurred together. That was what he was known for.
It kind of started in this area.
It did
in
start.
Howard, yeah.
In fact, shout out to Mark Barnes. We just had our 60th birthday party there. Shout out to Mark Barnes. He learned under Mark, and but it's that turned into something different. So, and even Diddy, when you talk about him, has turned into something different. Talk to us about the Diddy that was the leadership and basically gave you guys your chance. Who was that guy? Because that gets lost now when we talk about it, becomes a punchline.
That guy was a mentor. All that I know in the game as an early youngster, I learned from just watching him. A perfectionist, and so I learned and implemented that into my process of delivery. It has to be perfect, and I mean, he would just be on us about making sure that every note was right, every drum, every hi-hat, the way that we would dress, all of those things had to be the best representation of not only you as an individual, but you as a group, and then you as a label. But I just love the guy, man, because he saw something in me and my brothers that allows me to even be sitting right now with you. We were able to do some amazing things musically, and those are the things that I'll never forget. The fact that because he saw something in us, because he believed in us, that changed the trajectory of my entire life. My legacy is impacted because of the vision that he saw. And so for that, man, I'm going to always have love for him. I'm going to always give him his credit, always give him his flowers.
And, again, it's not a Diddy show, but also something that doesn't get talked about is the reality of that brown-skinned brother representing thing. That was a thing. Again, these are things that are kind of trivial, can be considered trivial, but that was a thing, right? A brown-skinned brother who was always about his look, always about, like you say, that whole thing, the optics, and how, the aesthetic
presentation
was a big factor.
Yeah.
So again, shout out to that. Again, we're gonna get dragged, but we gave Diddy some love. But again, man, look, Q Parker, look, man, continued success.
I appreciate it.
Anytime you're coming through Baltimore, you gotta holler at your boy.
I will. I will.
And again, man, as we wrap things up on the Good News Show, the Good News Show is every week, and Baltimore gets to see it. Give a message to Baltimore, because I know Baltimore has been very supportive over the years.
Absolutely. I love Baltimore. I love the DMV. I just love how you all have supported not only the members of my group and my group, but also when I stepped out in 2012 to do Q Parker the solo, I just remember how well you all embraced me. Even when I started this latest album, The Evolution of Romance Volume 1, you all were the first people to embrace it. You were the first to listen to it and hear it and give me your stamp of approval. And so I'm always in a great relationship, and I want to make sure that the relationship between Q Parker and Baltimore specifically stays in a healthy space. And so I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I am your romance dealer. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be here for a while. And lock in with me. It's QParker.com.
Q Parker joining us. Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
Hi, I'm Kathy Hughes, and you're watching the Good News Show with none other than Marc Clarke. Since he was knee-high to a duck, I've known him. And that's pretty good for a woman who's only 21 herself, don't you think? Don't miss Marc Clarke. I miss him so much on our airways at Radio 1.
Hi, my name is J. Wendell Gordon, the Warrior Lawyer. I have an office downtown Baltimore City. I practice in the area of criminal defense, personal injury, civil rights, and medical malpractice. If you need a good attorney, get Gordon on the phone. Thank you.
July 19th, one night only. The living legend, Miss Lauryn Hill, live at Pier 6 Pavilion. Tickets on sale now at pier6baltimore.com. Powered by the Finn Group.
Hello, I'm Franklin Baker, President and CEO of United Way of Central Maryland, and you're watching the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Keep tuning in.
What's going on, everybody? It's Governor Wes Moore, and I'm here on the Good News Show with my guy, Marc Clarke.
Everybody put your hands together.
Told you I love you, that doesn't mean that I don't care. Ooh, and when I tell you I need you, don't you think that I'll never be there? Ooh, baby, I'm so tired of the way you turn my words into sentences and lies. Don't misunderstand me when I try to spin my mind. What I'm trying to say, oh,
July 19th. One night only. The living legend, Miss Lauryn Hill, live at Pier 6 Pavilion. Tickets on sale now at pier6baltimore.com. Powered by the Finn Group.
You're watching The Good News Show with me, Marc Clarke. Thanks for your support. Do you want to step up your style without spending a fortune? Check out New York Warehouse Suits in Arundel Mills next to T-Mobile. Whether it's a wedding, work, church, or date night, they've got the look you're going for. Fresh suits, modern suits, shirts, shoes, ties, and accessories. All at a price that won't hurt your wallet. Big and tall, slim fit, no worries. They've got something for you. Swing by New York Warehouse Suits in Arundel Mills next to T-Mobile at 443-755-9669. That's 443-755-9669.
good news is coming.